I'm Kevin Price. You're listening to The Price of Business on the Biz Talk Radio Network. Really always love talking about sports and business, and always enjoy doing that with Chris Kidd. He's also big in the entertainment space, and we've had some amazing stories over the years, and always love his contribution to the program. Chris' website, by the way, is chriskidd, that's 2 D's at the end, .com, chriskidd.com. Chris, a little about yourself, and let's talk a little about your guest and introduce him today.
Well, I'm a financial coach and, basically help people deal with all kinds of financial issues, whether it's better money management, wealth building and learning how to invest their money or work better with their advisors, getting out of debt, and really just working on building wealth and setting themselves up financially versus, just living paycheck to paycheck or a lot of times in the sports world, having guys who spend everything and then end up broke shortly after their careers are over. So really just trying to help people avoid financial pitfalls like that. I've got a really awesome guest today. Very excited about it. Brandon Steiner. He's a sports legend. He's the founder and CEO of Steiner Sports Marketing. He's got a new venture that we'll talk about that sounds really awesome as well, because I'm also big on entrepreneurship. But good to have you on, Brandon, and tell us a little bit about how you got involved in the sports industry.
Hi, guys. Great to be with you today. I'd say, first of all, we could spend an hour on what you do, Chris, because it's critical for almost every athlete I know, which really, they all need financial support, planning, out of bankruptcy, all that. So, man, I see you having a field day with the athlete of today. What brings me into this new project, which is called Project X, which you can get on my Facebook or Twitter, Brandon Steiner, is entrepreneurism is really the new celebrity, and it's rampant, especially with athletes. So, Chris, you could probably play a role there because you see a lot of athletes trying to follow the Magic Johnson formula of getting into a lot of businesses, yet a lot of them don't have the business experience. And what I've learned is I was watching the Shark Tank, and it got me really pissed off. It got me crazy because they're just beating up these people. And I think entrepreneurism is such a hot topic, and there's people that go on a show like that are so brave, but a lot of them aren't prepared. A lot of them need some nurturing, mentoring, guidance, help. Doesn't mean their idea is bad just because it's not completely scalable right away. And the show gives off some really negative, bad energy in my mind. I'll say it, although I love Mark Cuban, and the show is a good show. It does extremely well, but it's a little bit of a hit on entrepreneurism. And my goal with my show is taking all these different people that have ideas, and it's sort of whether I'm going to invest or not with them, which in some cases I may, or some of the people that are on my show may invest. It's really just walking through these ideas with these entrepreneurs about how to do what they're doing, what they're missing, some different ideas of people they can connect with. And being that they're online, we have a lot of investors and people that watch, and if they're interested, they connect with those people offline. So that's what I'm doing. So you talk about
a show. Talk about the show itself. Where will people be able to find it? What's the status on it?
Well, we started about a month and a half ago. Best place to get it, I do the live Facebook. I'm doing it online so I can control it. But you get it on my Twitter and Instagram feed as well. It's an easy find for those of you on social media. Easiest way is to go on my Facebook page, Brandon Steiner, and like the page, and you'll get the notification every time the show's on. And there's been some great guests, and we have some great guests lined up. And some people have some really cool ideas. I got to tell you, I love the naivety of it all, and I've really been enjoying, helping these people. Some of them are older, some of them are kids, and just talking through these ideas and the imagination and creativity is off the charts. I can't remember a time of entrepreneurism being such at a high level, on the collegiate level with the degrees going on, and just, a lot of older people, hit their 50s. I say that's not really older anymore, and they're doing something for 20, 25 years, and the highest level of entrepreneurism in this country is 55 to 65, believe it or not. So because the people have done it for a long time, they want to do something different. They have the money, they have the experience, they want to try something. But entrepreneurism is a little different. So that's kind of what I'm attacking with on the show.
Go ahead with your question there, Chris.
Yeah, Brandon, you said, so I know you work with entrepreneurs on the show from all ages and stuff. Where are they starting from? Are any of them brand new and do they have concepts already, or is their business already going, or what stages do you find them in?
All the above. I mean, it's an app, it's a product idea, it's a service. Some of them are literally at the infantile stage of just an idea. Some of them actually have been in business for a year or two, but they're struggling. We had a guy who had an unbelievable vodka. This bottle was beautiful. The vodka was amazing. He put a ton of money into it, and he ran out of money, which is a lot of people starting these liquor brands struggle. They think it's a lot easier than it is. And we, went through that process with him, with the show. I mean, there's just a lot of mishmash of things that people coming on. It's fun to just listen to all the different stages these people are at. And remember, I started Steiner Sports with $4,000. I'm a serial entrepreneur since I'm 10 years old, and I love, the risk factor and the unknown factor, and obviously coming up with ideas that no one else thinks is a good idea, which a lot of times entrepreneurism has that at stake. I enjoy that and been doing that for 30 years at Steiner. Steiner's now 30th year. So it's really a mishmash of people of all walks, sizes, ages of people coming at us on the show. I just can't believe how many people now have been attacking us to get on the show and are now listening and watching. And I'm having a lot of fun. I haven't had this much fun in a long time.
Brandon, real quickly, what is your website for people to get more information?
Well, you go to brandonsteiner.com, you get all the information. And then also, if you're interested in collectibles, booking an athlete, you go to steinersports.com, which has been around forever and a day. If you're a sports fan, that's a great site to pick up products and ideas, licensing, and if you want to book a player for your next event. And then brandonsteiner.com is more my site, which has more about the show and the speaking and my blog and all the stuff I do.
Very good. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, and one other thing. Speaking of following sports, Brandon, what's your take on the World Series so far, and who do you think is going to take it?
My take has been the same now as it was 3 days ago, which is the Astros in 5 or possibly 6. I love the Astro team. Why? Their defense. Very good management, and they're very tight. They played a lot of tight games. They beat 2 very, very good teams where I don't feel the Dodgers played 2 good teams. The Astros have been playoff mode for the last almost 5 weeks, and I think I don't know if the enthusiasm and confidence when you get into these little wars like they did last night can carry over. I like the Astros. I like that team, and I like them to win for the city. It'll be good for the city, too.
Yeah, the city's gone through a lot. I'm with you on that. And not to mention the most prolific offense in MLB on both the American League and the National League. So I think so, too. I've struggled because –
shortstop, by the way.
Oh, yeah, Altuve is amazing. He's the man. Yeah.
That little guy. Yeah, I love that guy. Love him.
Yeah, I like to call him. A friend of mine does it too. In fact, she told me this. Her nickname for him is Adamant, and I have kind of adapted that as well. He kind of looks like Adamant if you look at the cartoon, and he is so explosive and such a gamer. You got to love what he does. Well, I think this is phenomenal that you're going in there in this arena, and I think the need for it is so huge. And I'm grateful we were able to talk about it here today. And because I'm with you, I think entrepreneurs need a lot of help. I've served on a lot of judging for entrepreneur projects and that type of things for young people over the years, and so I'm grateful for what you're doing. And now, Chris, we got just a minute left, so I don't think we have any more time for questions, but I'd love for you to wrap up the segment for us before I transition us out.
Yes, a great interview. I mean, we definitely have a huge need for more entrepreneurs, and there's a lot of people who really, there's been entrepreneurs coming, for years, but we need more people to give them direction. So I think it's a great deal what Brandon's doing with his show, and have people definitely tune in and check it out.
Brandon, one last thing I want to ask is the frequency that you're airing it. And again, we're down to like 30 seconds.
Yep. We're doing them all week. I mean, you get the notification. We're doing some shows as many as 2 or 3 a week. And we do a lot of live shows on the Facebook with different athletes, their perspective on entrepreneurism in their business, a little different view of the players, and big names. I mean, when you go on the Facebook page, you'll see there's a lot of names we're doing interviews with, and it's been fun, just getting their perspectives on entrepreneurism. Chris, get to the college level and help these kids do what you do, and hope you can get to these collegiate athletes early Desperately needed, by the way.
Yeah, no question about it. That's something I tell them all the time, because these kids often have very little family background. They certainly don't have financial background to be used to the kind of money that they're getting. And so they need people like Chris Kidd in their corner to navigate. Something as wonderful as more money can be a nightmare for someone who doesn't know how to use it. And so really good perspective there. I am Kevin Price. You are listening to The Price of Business. I want to remind you, of course, the show continues 24/7 at priceofbusiness.com, where we continuously add new audio, video, articles, and so much more. While there, we want to encourage you to like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter. This is The Price of Business, nationally syndicated on the Biz Talk Radio Network.